for all of us. It's about predicting where the consumer is going and getting half of it right.
One of the things we want to do is create ads that don't suck.
Embracing change creates great possibility.
I'm Alan Hart, and this is Marketing Today.
Marketing Today has a special treat for you. Recently recorded a live session with Magic Giant, a band based in LA, formed by a trio of Austin Bisno, Zambricki Lee, and Zhang. And you'll hear from them, what their role is in the band, also their personal stories. We'll talk about their creative process, as well as working with brands and how that works. Magic Giant last year released their album, In the Wind. But before they hit the road for touring, their single, Set on Fire, began heating up. Independently released, it went from their studio to number 4 on Spotify's US Viral 50 and climbing into the top 25 on Billboard's US Alternative chart. Last year, Rolling Stone named Magic Giant one of 10 artists to watch and called Set on Fire the perfect music festival fair. Now, because this is live, and our first live ever, we had a couple audio issues during the songs. One we kept in because of it's just live, and you'll understand why when we get to it. But the other 3 we've replaced with the produced versions, and I can't thank Concord Music and the band enough for allowing us to do that. So as of the recording of this, Magic Giant has just released a new acoustic versions of the songs you're going to hear today for the first time. But I encourage you to download, stream, purchase those songs as well as their previously released album, In the Wind. So sit back, relax, and let's listen to Magic Giant.
Sweet as rain, leaves a stain. Power, struggle of the heart, you can't tear apart the blame. Now I know that hello is a show for a sweet goodbye. No tears to cry. Which one of us set on fire? 'Cause we both went up in smoke. Which one of us cut the wire? Ain't no bottom to this hole. Coward, burning the page, rose from the flames. Flowers tossed to the wind, and to begin again. Now I know that hello is a show for a sweet goodbye. No tears to cry. Which one of us set on fire? 'Cause we both went up in smoke. Which one of us cut the wire? Ain't no bottom to this hole. Would you save me? And I'll save you. We could save ourselves. Would you save me? And I'll save you. We could save ourselves.
Alan, everybody.
All right. So we'll give you guys one of these.
Nice, double mics.
Yeah, double mics. We got a lot going on here. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you. Well, nice. Thank
Much
you for
better.
having us.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
cool.
So why don't each of you introduce yourself, just so we know. We obviously know what you do now in the band, but introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Sam Berkey, and this is a violin. There's also a viola in the case over there, so we'll play the viola a little bit.
But you also play banjo and
I also
harmonica.
play banjo and mandolin and cello and like a lot of stringed instruments.
Okay.
And have you spent time in the Carolinas?
Actually, my family lives in West Asheville.
Whoa.
Hey.
So,
Okay.
Hey.
West Asheville, so it's good to be here.
I'm Austin. I'm from Washington, D.C. Hey, so we're back.
Yes. And I'm Zhang from Los Angeles. And I play the guitar and a little bit of cello in this band.
So I thought we'd start off with some fun words. I'm going to ask you single word questions.
I like this.
Some of the people have
check.
heard this before. It comes from, I can't take credit for it. It comes from Inside the Actors Studio. Have you guys ever
Yeah.
watched that? Okay.
can still take credit for it. You can still take credit for it.
Okay, well, I'll take credit for it. I'll take credit for it. So what's your favorite word?
Ostrich. Celebrate.
Nice.
Manifest?
So do we have to manifest? Ostrich. Celebrate.
Okay. I'm not going to ask where we're going, but what's your least favorite word?
Can't.
Yes, we like that.
Repugnant. Repugnant. Right, that word. I'd say old, the way old is used. I think, like Peter Pan says. Just a,
Nice. What turns you on? Zhang's getting a little nervous.
He's sweating over there.
Well, mangoes turned Zhang on. Dried mangoes. I spoiled it for you.
Good, thank you.
But now you have to say what turns me on, actually.
Who's passing the mic, man? Really letting attention build and then pass it. I would say hope. And anywhere that it goes. So even that's hope on the next week or what's right in front of us today. Let's hope for it.
People who create things.
We've got some of those here.
Nice.
And you guys. Let's see. Last one? What's your favorite curse word?
Oh, nice.
To say or to? I mean, this is, yeah.
Wait.
I feel like some they sound good when you say them, so they're used a lot. Like the F word, I feel like just has a nice hard C consonant sound, so it's like just to go to. But it could be like shucks. Still feels good. Shucks.
Yeah, I like sometimes when Sam Bricky goes, raspberries.
I haven't eaten raspberries.
Or he'll go,
That's not-
sugar snaps.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm working on it, because the F word fits into a lot of situations. I feel like that's why it's so
It's too easy.
It's too easy. It's low hanging fruit, I mean, are everyone's parent guardians here? Is this okay? Yeah? One of our so we have a tour manager on the road who kind of just organizes us and keeps us all together. And when we were in Europe touring, we had a Scottish tour manager, and he would call the crew, he's like, all right, you little sluts, you get together and let's go. And he called us little sluts, and I mean, it ended up being endearing, and I kind of started to like it. I was a little slut, I guess. And a Scottish accent. By the way, everything he says just sounds so much more weight.
right.
Yeah, it just has a weight to it that we don't have here. Yeah.
Well, so you guys grew up in different parts of the United States. How did you come to meet each other? How did you come together?
Well, we met Zhang. We saw him playing in a club. Austin and I guess, were already kind of working together, but the band wasn't complete, it wasn't formed. So Austin saw Zhang playing in a club in Los Angeles, had a beautiful curly mustache, which he no longer had, and he was playing stand-up bass actually. And he told me about it. He's like, "I saw this guy tonight playing stand-up bass. Like, I think he could really like bring, kind of. He didn't say completist, but it was like the missing ingredient. Austin has a background kind of on like, kind of more on the pop side. I have a more kind of on like folk. Both before. So like we needed that third ingredient to kind of like make what we had kind of come to real fruition. So we saw him playing bass and Googled him and found all these videos of him dancing salsa in like all around the world, like in these like exotic locations, like bonfires behind him and all this. It was like, we were like, oh my God, what is it? We're really actually, earlier you asked what turns us on. We were kind of turned on by that. Just because it was like from left field, like I had moved from Nashville to Los Angeles, so it's like you could kind of understand, oh, and he plays the banjo, that kind of makes sense. Austin's from the East Coast, he'd been writing for other artists and kind of like, pop, writing like really good pop songs. But like salsa dancing in Bali or whatever, that's just like, wow. So that was a big part of our formation. And then after we found Zang, that was when we're complete and we started kind of really doing the work.
Cool. One of the good things that we met a long time ago, probably a couple years ago, we were at a CMO Club summit together.
Right, we were.
All these corporate stiffs in suits. I was one of them. And you guys were playing out. It was in the Santa Monica Hotel with the big tree.
Yeah.
And you guys started playing and started working the audience to the point where I think at least half of us stiffs were jumping up and down as Austin's like climbing trees. How do you guys do that? How do you turn a crowd like that?
We can show you.
Maybe we should show us.
Let's do window.
All right. I'm gonna sing something. It's gonna sound difficult, but it's not. You don't have to be good at it. So, and then you sing it back to me, okay? So it goes like this. Oh, try it. Nice. Listen one more time. Oh, your turn. So, some places are shy. You guys this room doesn't need turning. That's not bad. Okay, here we go. It's 3 a.m. I hope you're home. I wanna be with you. Just let me through the window. Had a dream, fell asleep, and woke up in ecstasy. What makes a dream come true? No one needs to know. I will come in through the window. I'm not leaving you alone. You could write this love in stone. I'm not leaving you alone. It's Friday night and we're alive. The McKinney agency is open wide. There when we arrive. Balconies, a limousine, beds a yellow submarine, right off to the great unknown. Just let me through the window. No one needs to know. I will come in through the window. I'm not leaving you alone. You could write this love. I'm not leaving you alone. You could write this love in stone. I'm not leaving you alone. Claps! Oh, oh, oh. I'm not leaving you alone. You could write this love in stone. I'm not leaving you alone. You guys got to come and join us.
Come on over.
No, we'll make space for you.
Yeah, there's plenty of space.
So, what does your creative process look like? Where do you start?
You ask different questions than other interviews. I like it.
Well, I'm not just a music DJ, so
We've exclusively done music DJ interviews, I guess. Our process is different every time. Someone will bring in an idea usually. Someone usually has a little inspiration, or at least they think, and then Zhang will probably turn Zambricki or us down and say, no, that's not it. We call him Vito.
Yeah, I like to veto things. Don't seem worthy.
And that's one of the many values Zhang brings, is knowing what is.
I know. Yeah, and I've learned that you don't always know. And if something is really good, I'll stand beside it. If I write a song that I believe in it,
Yeah.
maybe just needs to be a little different, a little better, a little, it's inspiration to like bring it back to the ground floor. Or maybe the third floor.
I totally agree with you. I want to agree
I think
with
he
you
wants
right
that
now.
microphone.
I absolutely agree. And I think it's different for all people. I think even I see in Zambricki, he'll bring in a song that has never even had nothing to do with him, but it was just like he had maybe just kind of sat on the sidelines and experienced something, outside of the picture, and saw maybe something happen with another person, another couple, and just be inspired by that alone, and then sort of something will come spark, and then one line from that, like, I know that hello is a show for a sweet goodbye. Just from seeing somebody say goodbye to another, or different things like that. So it doesn't always have to be directly related to one of us. It kind of just comes from the surrounding world, like you guys, all the smiles, or not smiles on your faces.
But yeah, just something to add to that is like we actually butt heads a lot. And as Zambricki was saying, we all have different musical backgrounds, and that's one of the things that I like about it. And when we actually, it's like a Venn diagram. When we all overlap, that's the thing that, I guess that's what resonates.
Which is always really small. In the Venn diagram, it's always kind of
I
small.
love how you went into office Venn diagram. It's really good. So adaptable.
We'll get you doing
Trying to speak your guys' love language.
We'll get you doing some PowerPoint.
We have a PowerPoint.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, would you please drop it?
Well, we do. Yeah. Just take a minute to set it up. No, I'm just kidding.
Got a remote in your pocket?
Now, the lyrics, the songs on the album are mostly upbeat for the most part. The lyrics are serious if you actually read them. What is it about the duality of that?
Nice.
Yeah, sometimes it's easier to digest a song, or if it were just a sad song with sad, heavy lyrics, it takes a toll on somebody. So I always like when songs, and other artists have done this and inspired me in this way, but when songs are they're presented in such a happy and uplifting way that there's a deeper meaning to the song. It's not only a layer of the song, like an onion, you can just kind of look deeper into it and it actually has a different meaning, but it's just a more digestible way of kind of hearing these thoughts and these feelings, and also it also adds to if there's a heavy lyric but uplifting song, then it makes it sort of a triumphant, a hopeful, triumph of the human will, as you can say. The theme is not necessarily about feeling sad, but there's triumph to these lyrics that you can feel.
Yeah, adding to that, by the way, we're making an acoustic version of 5 of the songs from the album, In the Wind. They do get interpreted in a totally different way when it's acoustic than when there's this big dance production behind it. But yeah, like Zhang was saying, triumph of the human will, it's like our lyrics are heavy, but they're optimistic. And so when you can dance to them, you feel something different,
It's interesting. It's interesting you're going to experiment with acoustic on your traditional songs. Because going to a performance, and I hope some of you guys will go tonight, and I'm going, so I'm going to be looking and taking attendance. Well, it's like a smile factory, man. Like when you get out of one of your performances, you're like this. Is that what you're going for every time?
I mean, I think at the shows we're not necessarily going for it, but we get truly excited when we're there, and especially since after we put the album out, so many people know the songs now, and so it's almost like we have this, even if we met them for the first time, we kind of have a shared experience with them. So it's just we're just excited, man, and I think it just spills over a little bit.
Yeah, the same effect happens to us when we might not be having the best day, but we'll play a show, and the connection with everyone at the show is uplifts us at the same time, and I think just it circulates.
Right. What drives you guys? What makes you do this every day?
I think it's different for as a band, but for me personally, it's writing songs is kind of like creating a piece of art. And then when we go out on the road, it's almost like we're bringing our art out there. So it's like we made this painting, and then we're like carried around the country and get to kind of share it. So it's just like that process of creating something in your bedroom and then like bringing it out to the world. It's really beautiful.
Nice.
That is beautiful. I think from a performance standpoint, it is connecting with others. I think like if we just wanted to play the songs we wrote, we would just stay in our bedrooms. Yeah. But like the whole reason we're touring, we're on like we've been touring basically nonstop since April, since we released the album, is like we want to connect, we want to have these shared experiences.
So getting music out into the world is not easy. And I remember, Austin, you working the crowd at that summit we were at, handing out some business cards. I think that's how we
I
connected.
definitely never handed out a business card in my life.
Okay, maybe that was me handing you mine.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I probably took a photo of your business card.
Yeah.
I gave it back to you.
Probably, because you don't want to waste the tree, I'm sure.
How'd you know?
I know.
We
But
actually have you guys use Slack here, right?
yeah.
Yeah, we have and we use Slack as well for our business. We have a Slack thread called business cards. So when someone gives us a business card, we just take a picture of it in Slack and then try to do it back to them. And they're always like, no, keep it. I have a whole stack. And we're like, no, just take it back.
Nice. What is it? I mean, what's the process to get your music out? And did you start independent? And are you still independent? I'm not even sure. It's quasi.
We're on an independent label, but it's like, I think the biggest independent label. It's called Concord Music. Yeah, we started out independent. Our first show was 4 years ago in March. And then this album we released through a subsidiary. But yeah, what's the process of getting your music out? I mean, it's a mixture of a lot of things. Radio has helped us. Spotify and those types of things have helped us. Licensing can be huge, of course. Touring can be huge. The list goes on, but yeah.
Okay, good. So it's a little bit of a hustle. Would you agree?
A lot of us, well, yeah. Yeah, and for us particularly, I think one thing that's helped with touring, it's like palpable. You can see people come and you can affect them or not, but the ones that are affected end up bringing their families and like their friends to the next show because it's such a high that they leave with. And so it's like you throw a smile on someone's face and it can last them a couple hours or it can last them a whole month. And so they're like, everyone's searching for that. I think that's going backwards. That's kind of what drives me or drives us and inspires us. It's like how you can affect people just at a show. If we do this every night and we can affect, if it's just a little drop of a smile in each little town, then that's enough for me to keep going.
Good. Have you guys worked with any brands or companies yet?
Yeah.
I mean, on this tour.
Yeah, even on this tour, we're working with a few. We're working with a cryptocurrency called Nexus Earth. We're working with a greening organization called Green Nodes. They're like offsetting the carbon emissions. Well, one thing that we do is plant a tree for every album sold through an organization called One Tree Planted. We're working with this, like a nutrition bar company called Sun Warrior Protein. Or sorry, Sun Warrior. Yeah, the list goes on. But yeah.
Sun Warrior Tribe.
Yeah.
At Sun Warrior Tribe.
What makes a good company to work with or a good brand to work with?
I mean, I think ideally, we don't have to have, our ethos don't have to match up exactly. It doesn't have, not every partnership's going to be like the absolute perfect fit. But I do think it's a company that we have to believe in and share, a little bit of the same values.
Yeah.
And it has to be something that we think is cool, because if we're going to share it with all the people who follow us on social media and everything, it's like we have to maintain our brand and our kind of integrity.
Right.
So it's totally not worth it for us to kind of work with a company that's totally off the wall. It doesn't make sense, because then it just doesn't feel authentic.
Yeah. Right. So this is the first ever recorded live, I guess, podcast. So it'll go out to a bunch of marketers. How should marketers contact you if they're interested in working with you?
I guess our management, yes, 7S Management.
Slack.
Our website.
Your Slack.
So just have them just go on the website and email us. We have a funny story. I know now that you said what's our favorite curse word, we can curse.
Yeah.
We were talking with our bus driver, and Zambrugge was like, so like, where does, because like you can't.
I know, I need to.
Yeah, you can't take a shit on the bus. And
You can.
you can, but you don't want to.
We're in Poland right now.
And so we're like, what does Bono do? Like, is he going into the local Walmart or whatever? And our bus driver, He goes, when we find out, email you. Stuck with us, so they can email us.
Nice. So, do you guys have any questions for these guys?
What's your favorite music-inspired or music-based documentary?
Ooh. I want to see the Avett Brothers one. Is it? Man, okay, great. Yeah, we got to watch that.
Yeah, I'd say for me, I forget the name of it, but it's about backup singers in most.
Oh, yeah. 30 Feet from Stardom?
30 Feet from Stardom. Yeah, it just shows how much is actually going into these live shows and these bands and all the people that are actually involved. Artists themselves, and they're amazing musicians, and it's not just about the person holding the mic.
And they got it. Walt?
He's gonna answer.
I was gonna say there's a Shep Gordon documentary.
Oh, yeah.
Which he's a music manager.
Yes.
Right.
And then he's went on to do other things outside of
Supermensch.
music. Yes, yeah, Supermensch.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another one, When I Stop Talking, You'll Know I'm Dead. Jerry Weintraub. He tells the most incredible stories with Elvis and with, like, do you guys know these stories? Like, they were playing in Miami in a 10,000 person arena, and Elvis's only request was just make sure every seat is filled. So he gets to the box office, he's asked them ahead of time, his manager gets to the box office, Jerry Weintraub, and asked them, and he had asked them a ton of times ahead of time, hey, how's it doing? They said, oh yeah, it's sold out, both shows are sold out, the matinee and the nighttime show. And he gets there and he sees 5,000, he sees a stack of tickets on the wall. He said, what are those? And the box office person says, oh yeah, the matinees, we've only sold 5,000. He's like, what are you talking about? Like, you told me you'd sold them all and I'm gonna get fired. His only request was make sure every seat is filled. So he does a little brainstorming and he goes to the local prison and asks them if he can.
It's actually not what you expect.
Yeah, if the prisoners will, I don't know, maybe bribe the guard or something, if the prisoners will help remove 5,000 seats from the arena during the matinee. And they do, they put them in all the seats in the garage, all 5,000 seats are filled.
Played a sold-out show.
He played a sold-out show.
And these are seats that are bolted, like they unbolted all these seats, pulled them out, put the prisoners to work, and then
put them back in for the night show. And he talked to Elvis after and he said, how did it feel? And Elvis goes, yeah, matinees just never have the same energy as night.
Nice. Any other questions, Walt?
Yeah. Favorite place you've ever performed? Maybe somewhere where you didn't have to remove 5,000 bolted seats. And favorite crowd you've ever performed with, since you seem to perform with.
That's really nice.
Just
Really
for.
nice.
Yeah, I'd say favorite show, favorite venue, I guess, if it's even considered a venue, is there's this festival in Rothbury, Michigan called Electric Forest. And about 15 years ago, the festival owners planted this forest for this festival. So intentionally planted a full forest. And there's parts of the forest that are very thick with trees and others that are scattered that have like a main stage. We played this festival called Electric Forest there. And we played in the middle of the forest. There's like a stage with tree houses people can view from. And it's like this gorgeous place, yeah. And everyone is in love with the venue and they're all so excited to be in the middle of the forest. And it just has this kind of energy that no other venue has matched for me. And just to be there and like to look amongst all, you couldn't see the sky, it was just filled with trees. It was gorgeous. So I think that was probably my favorite.
And also, just I love that festival as well. One thing they did there, which I feel like I always remember, is they uplit all the trees at night, which is just such a simple thing to do, but it totally changes. So during the day, it's this whole kind of like woods thing, and then at night, all the trees are uplit, and it's like just a fantasy world.
Yeah.
So now we always want, if we ever do, we've talked about it throwing around a festival, so one day, but one of the first things we do is uplit the trees. Check. I made the Fillmore in San Francisco. Was really we played a sold-out show there with the Revivalists, who are on Concord, our label as well, and like it was just so awesome because I remember going to San Francisco kind of like for the first time and walking by there and like just knowing the whole history of the Grateful Dead, Janis Joplin, all the people that came through there, and they do a thing where they create a poster, and I've seen these posters before of like The Who at the Fillmore, and you see the poster and you think, oh cool. But what they actually do is if the show sells out, they make a poster for you, and then everybody who leaves the show, they give everyone a poster on the way out. So it's like we saw a sold-out show there, and then we got a poster for a sold-out show at the Fillmore, which was like the same font as like the Janis Joplin and like The Who from the thing. So it's just really cool to be like, wow, that's why they do it. And we did it.
Yeah, those were both cool. And then the performing with, we did a show at the Bowery in June where,
In New York.
in New York, sorry, the Bowery Ballroom, and a girl hit us up on Facebook and said she wanted to propose to her girlfriend. So we of course said yes. And we've done this a few times, but this one was really special because the girlfriend's family was all there as a surprise. And in the middle of one of our songs, we came into the middle of the crowd, played the song, had the girl come up and propose, and she said, you made me promise never to propose to you in public unless it was with Magic Giant. And it was just so beautiful, and then everyone sung along together.
Nice. Will you guys play a couple more songs?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. So this song we're about to play, it's called Shake Me Up. It's one of the arrangements that we just created for this acoustic album. So it's we just
And the production on the record is actually pretty dancey and
yeah, the record is very, and we just put a music video out for it pretty recently on Vivo. And this is kind of a testament to what we were talking about earlier about how the production of a song can kind of really change the interpretation. And this is the last song we wrote for the album In the Wind. When we were writing it, it's kind of about different things, but there's a Bob Dylan song called Forever Young. I'm sure some of you guys. And I remember reading that like he wrote that for his like children as kind of like a letter to his children. So when we were writing this song, we were talking about how it's a letter to our grandchildren. So like one layer past Dylan, always trying to compete. And that's what the verses are. It's kind of like what we would say, even though it's like none of us even have children, but like what we would want for them, kind of almost in a letter form. And then in the chorus, it's the inverse of that. It's kind of like way down the road when we have grandchildren. When we're older, if we get stuck in our ways, like hopefully they can like get us out of it and kind of return that grand kind of original letter.
In the bridge, when we were writing this, Zhang's dad had just passed away and had struggled with mental illness for a long time and battled it. And we say, release yourself from the storm, it rolls on. And just the notion of that the storm can either take you away with it or you can let it go. And can you guys condense as even tighter, like get as snuggly as the agency's ever been? And you guys are a snuggly agency. It's really nice. So this is called Shake Me Up.
May you always dance your way to higher ground and wander free through foreign streets of sound. Don't waste away this holiday. Don't waste away this holiday. May you laugh off every bitter word that's said and trust someone with all your world instead. Don't waste away this holiday. Don't waste away this holiday. Shake me up, break me out. If I give in, shake me up. Shake me up, break me out. If I give in, shake me up. Before it ends, before we're gone, life's too short and goodbye's too long. Release yourself from the storm, it rolls on. Brace yourself from the storm that rolls on. Don't waste away this holiday. Don't waste away this holiday. Shake me up, break me out. If I give in, shake me up. Shake me up, break me out. If I give in, shake me up.
Thank you. So I've got two more questions, maybe one more song, and then we can migrate downstairs where we can just mingle. Sound good? All right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a deep question, but I ask it to everybody that comes on my podcast. Is there an experience in your life that defines or makes up who you are today? I might know what yours is, but I don't know if anyone else knows.
I can start with mine, then I'll let you one up me.
It's gonna mean so.
It's not mean, it's true. All right, so I was playing basketball when I was 12, and I broke my ankle the first day of camp, and I was dejected, and I didn't even know songwriting was a thing that you could do. I thought songs just existed, and my mom was like scrambling to find me something to do to replace that, and she booked a songwriting camp, and I fell in love immediately, and I became more passionate about it every day since.
Yay for mom. Yeah.
I think that was a P&G ad we just
You got it. So that's beautiful. And his parents are amazing. We actually just saw them. He's from DC. We just got to spend time with them. Really great. So for me, kind of similarity as far as being an injury, but when I was 13, I was riding my bicycle across the street with like a group of friends and got hit by a car, Jeep Bronco. I remember the last thing I saw, it said Jeep. And I woke up, 4 days later.
That's not a Jeep ad.
It's not a Jeep. And it was a Jeep. And I was in a coma. I was totally knocked out. My whole group of friends that I was with, they all thought I died on the, they all thought I died right there, like on the pavement. So for me, I don't remember any of that. I remember basically waking up in the hospital, and when I came home from the hospital, a couple things. One thing, I lost my sense of smell. Like I couldn't smell anything, which I tried to. Someone was like, "I smell that stuff," and then it was just like there was just no smell there. Also, so I was kind of stumbling around my house, kind of like in this very concussed state, and my cousin had just started taking violin lessons. So there was a violin at our house, and I picked it up and I started kind of messing around on it, and I taught myself how to play violin in within a matter of the first few hours. I can remember figuring out the vibrato and being able to kind of play, and then by the time my parents kind of came back, I could play the violin. I could play. I remember thinking, wow, I'm ready to go play with people. I was so when I came back to school, I was probably out for a couple of months. When I came back to school, I joined the orchestra, and I smoked all these kids, and all these people were just like, how do you play violin? So I never really thought about it again until I guess 2 years ago we were on tour, and we were at a dinner with the neurologist, and our tour manager at the time told him kind of my stories. They were having dinner, and he came up to me and he kind of started telling me all about other cases that he had heard about it, and there's actually they call it a syndrome. It's called acquired SCOM syndrome. Whereas you have the kind of a traumatic event, but then there's other people where it's it ends up like accelerated learning, or I don't know exactly what happens, but so that's how I learned how to play violin originally, and then I started playing all different other string instruments, and then I got into songwriting as well, but kind of was just so immersed in violin, it kind of like saved me from it. It gave me like, I don't know, and then it just changed my life, so I never went back to, it was almost like it created another, it also changed my brain, I almost like it created another person. I was, at Christmas last year, we were looking at home movies, and there's movies from before the accident and after the accident, and it's like, I look at the same, I'm almost like a different, it's like, it's weird, it's almost like a different kid showing up or something.
You do look the same or different?
I like look physically the same, but it's like, there's a fire in me that was not there before, and you can like see, it's crazy.
Wow, that's a great story. Zhang, what about you?
Yeah, I've never really been able to share this story. You asked in such a way. It's usually how did you learn how to play, but you asked if there's something that kind of changed characters. And for me, when my father got sick, maybe like 6 years ago now, and that was a pretty pivotal point in my life. I was going through college, and I had to stay home for college instead of going away because I had to take care of my father. And it was it was just kind of unknown to us what exactly was happening. Mental illness is not clear, nor is it even talked about, so there's not really a lot there's nowhere you can really go to get help on it for some reason. So just to kind of shorten the story, he grew mentally ill with like psychosis and schizophrenia he didn't see or hear things, but his logic was completely skewed. He thought police were after him and different things like that. So we had to admit him into hospitals and do things like this, and my mom had kind of left because it was just too much for her to handle, and my sister similarly. So I jumped into this sort of like, okay, I need to take care of this because nothing else is going to happen. That's totally fine, but I think what really shaped me was that my father, it's kind of happened to him because of such a stressful situation. It just really weighed him down and drove him into a deep depression. And he stopped eating, and so then there was a chemical imbalance and all these different things. He stopped sleeping. It just really grew me to be a little more conscious of how I'm taking care of myself and how to not let stress really take me over, because it actually can, and it can really affect people in that way. And so I just decided from there to take things a little more lightly. And he also was always, my family's Persian, so we come from a very strict upbringing, and he had always taught me that music was just a hobby, because he had come here from Iran and he studied, and there's a way you study and then you get a job. You can be a lawyer, a doctor, or an engineer. Of course, you should do that. So I was studying to be an engineer, and I always had the voice in my head that music was just a hobby, until he got sick, which is kind of strange. He got sick, and that voice just stopped, and my whole path sort of changed. I wasn't as stressed about school. I didn't really think it was that necessary, though I finished, but I just started taking music a little more seriously. So I think a big part of my character now is, the sort of fault that my dad ended up having. So,
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, and your dad makes an appearance in one of your videos, right?
So this is my stepdad. He's an amazing, beautiful human that kind of came in and sort of really shifted the energy in our house, and he's so beautiful, and I'm really appreciative of him. But yeah, so the video for Shake Me Up, which is essentially that, if anyone gets complacent or even in old age, if you feel like you're just doing the same thing over and over, you can change that, you can stop that. So our sort of icon, our character for that was my stepdad. You guys should watch the video, it's called Shake Me Up. But yeah, he's the star of the video.
And yeah, his stepdad is amazing. And we live in Los Angeles, so there's a lot of actors, people around. But his stepdad, though I never acted a day in life before this, is like Robert De Niro. His facial expressions, really, it's amazing.
You feel it, yeah.
So I like to say I'm his agent. But it's so he was in also our video for Window. So we have a little recurring role of Joseph.
Family business.
Yeah,
Family
it's
business.
all in the family.
So last question, and you guys can play us out. What's the future for Magic Giant look like?
Well, we got some festivals this week. We're playing Coachella, and Bottle Rock, and we'll be back. We're playing Bunbury and different festivals. This summer, we got the acoustic collection.
I think we're really excited about this acoustic album because it's a totally different way of hearing our music. Everyone thinks of us as this high energy, energy high type of thing. So it's really nice to release something that can work for either a different group of people or just a different energy for those same people. And I'm really excited about that. And that's only in the near future. We have a lot. We have new songs and other things as well. But yeah, we're going to keep going.
Great.
Keep riding the train.
Well, play us one more maybe? Is that okay?
That'd be great to buy.
Sella? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, great.
Great
Yeah,
to buy,
like
great. Beautiful. Yeah. And this has been a heavy. Tonight will be much lighter.
It doesn't have to be though. It doesn't have to. It's whatever you want. It doesn't have to be light.
I know I was about to make a heavy introduction to this song.
Please.
We have drinks after, it's okay.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay,
Light it up
good.
for you now, so it can get heavy in just a second.
Yes, yeah. Sometimes you say goodbye to someone, it's not till 10 years down the road, you realize perhaps that was the last time you got to see that person, and we just try to treat every goodbye meaningfully. It's called Great Divide.
Reaching out into the mystic, left behind the road we've run. Found each other in the winter, lost each other in the sun. Oh, we're bound to get it right next time. Drown the darkness in the light, let it shine. I'll see you on the other side, across the great divide. Is such a wishful fishbowl. We could call it home, sweet home. Swimming round our plastic castle we both thought was made of stone. Oh, we're bound to get it right next time. Drown the darkness in the light, let it shine. I'll see you on the other side, across the great divide. It's so easy not to try. Watch the world go spinning by. I saw it flash before my eyes. The great divide is far and wide. Now's the time to start the climb. Oh, we're bound to get it right next time. Drown the darkness in the light, let it shine. See you on the other side, across the great divide. Oh, we're bound to get it right next time. Drown the darkness in the light, let it shine. See you on the other side, across the great divide. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da.
Thank you guys. Thank you. So for everyone that wants to mingle, we'll be downstairs in cafe. Thank you. Thank you. Marketing Today is brought to you by Atomic. Atomic focuses on unleashing the growth potential for clients we serve. Atomic is a strategic consultancy specializing in business, marketing, brand, and innovation. Our singular goal is to help you accelerate your efforts with the right mix of expertise, analysis, and creativity. Check us out at atomic.com. ATOMCK.com. Hi, it's Alan again. Marketing Today was created and produced by me, with writing and editing by Kevin Greeley, social media support by Megan Woods, art and graphic design by Sarah Dell. If you're new to Marketing Today, please feel free to write us a review on iTunes or your favorite listening platform. Don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends and colleagues about the show. I love to hear from listeners, and you can contact me at marketingtodaypodcast.com. There you'll also find complete show notes with links to anything we talk about on any episode. You can also search our archives. I'm Alan Hart, and this is Marketing Today.